Everyone. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about Vince Staples' album Dark Times, which came out this year, I believe, in June. Very good album, gets very personal on a lot of dark thoughts, very depression, these darker moments. The album covers imagery, if you notice it, is very suggestive of what the album's kind of messaging is, with very some characteristic similarities to Ramona Park and his self-titled album with his very whispery delivery he does, which you'll notice it on like the first parts of the album with songs like Black and Blue, which is this very boom bop beat and has these soulful lyrics in it, very interesting. Do like his kind of whispery and almost sleepy delivery of vocals, his rapping. His lyrics are very good, and then following that, you get Government Cheese, which is one of my favorite songs on the album. Just starting off with the beat, which has these piano arpeggios, these synth leads, very good. Reminds me a lot of like old school Tyler the Creator, from like Odd Future days, from Goblin, from Wolf, from Bastard. Very reminiscent of that, talking about black poverty, government, just oppression towards them. Very poignant words, very cutting in it. You get this kind of throughout this album of oppression and that stuff, and then he kind of takes it and makes it interesting by talking about having to get out of it, and he puts a bit of his own personal touch on it. You even get like some kind of interesting songs like Children's Song, which I believe is my favorite song in the album, just in general, which is this like lo-fi psych rap song, which kind of details Vince Staples wanting to like keep his peace. It's a very interesting of like measures he'll go to keep his balancing of it, so it keeps him away from stress from these dark times, as said in the album. I think one of the weaker moments on the album is definitely Shame on the Devil, which I believe was one of the singles. I think it's one of the more popular songs on the album, which I don't really understand because I feel like every other song in the album is a lot better. Just from the beat is just, it's fine, but it's just not interesting. The lyrics are kind of meh. They're a bit one dimensional, not that interesting on it, and outdone on other songs talking about similar things. Just definitely probably the worst song in the album, but kind of one of the low moments. You got a song about radio. I think it's literally called Radio, but it talks about his love of radio, its influence on him musically. If you don't know, on Apple Music, Vince Staples has his own radio show. So radio has always been a very big influence on Vince Staples, which is very interesting to see. And you get like this kind of story song called Little Homies, where he's talking about him with this girl, and they're talking, hanging out. And he's interested in this girl, and then this girl, her boyfriend comes over, and he's angry. So the girl, to keep him from getting mad, basically says that Vince Staples is her little cousin, which you can imagine how you would react to that. It's a very interesting song, very just enjoyable on in terms of lyricism, the storytelling. Overall, I think this is one of Vince Staples' better albums. I do like Vince Staples. I like a lot of his stuff. Generally, I can always find something good from what he releases. And he even like has commentary on people's perception that he fell off, because musically he's diverted from what people wanted him to do. Because if you were around when he released the song North North, which exploded virality when he appeared on, I believe, a Billie Eilish EP, which I had forgotten about. He was expected to be this like giant star, and still to a level he is a star. He's very popular, but people thought he was gonna be a lot bigger. But he didn't want to play the same game that everyone else was. He wanted to make what he wanted to, and in a sense sacrificed a lot of his commercial success to make what he wanted to be true to himself, which I think deserves a lot of respect. From Big Fish Theory, which in the album or in the song, he kind of is talking about how people think he fell off after that, because I believe that was his like either his commercial peak or one of his commercial peaks. And from there, his albums have still charted and done well, but they haven't gotten close to what they used to be. And he kind of talks about that because that's being a common perception of him. But lyrically, instrumentally, and just substance-wise, I feel like he's either been a bit more consistent. And whereas I think Big Fish Theory is his best album, I think Dark Times is honestly his second best album that he's made. And for that, I'm feeling like giving it an 8 on this album. Let me know what you thought on this. I really enjoyed this album. Really enjoyed his lyricism. The beats on it were interesting. The storytelling on it was great. Bye.